and welcome to Window on the World, a meet and greet show featuring international students of Missouri Southern State University. I'm your host, Natalie Cossey. I'd like to begin today by having everyone go around and introduce themselves and tell us where you're from.
Well, buen dia. My name's Mike. I'm from Curacao, and for those who don't know, that's an island pretty close to Venezuela, but it's like, if you know Aruba, we're like pretty close to that too. I'm here studying biology, and I'm also minoring in music. That's my story.
Hola, my name is Manuela. I'm from Colombia, and Colombia is in South America, near to Curacao actually. And I'm here in Southern studying, I'm double majoring in international studies and political science.
Annyeong. This is Julia, but my real name is Youngsan, but I will just go by Julia here. And I'm from Korea, of course, South Korea. And South Korea is located between China and Japan, which is like Middle East Asia. Yeah, I'm studying broadcasting and business here.
I am Abdullah Al-Kaltham from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is located in the Middle East. It's next to Iraq, Bahrain, United Arab Emirates. And I am majoring in marketing and quality management.
Привет, I'm Anastasia Kara. I'm from Ukraine. This is a country located in Eastern Europe by the Black Sea, and here I'm studying international management as my senior year.
Well, thank you so much for being here, all of you. It's going to be great to get to know you a little bit better. What did bring you to Missouri Southern?
In my case, I should thank Dr. Moose because he organized this international studies program for me and 5 of my mates from my university. So we're all here thanks to him.
Well, my government gives a lot of Saudi students a scholarship, so I chose to come here because it's different, so I get that chance and opportunity to know more about the American culture and experience more. So that's why I came here.
Actually, since I was little, I always wanted to study abroad in the U.S. But right before I come here, Missouri Southern was honestly not my first choice. But very last minute, I got a call from my international office, and they said I got a full scholarship for tuition, meal plan, and residence from MSSU. So I just settled here, and I'm pretty satisfied about it.
Awesome.
I actually came to Joplin. I ended up in Joplin because of an international program. After I finished high school, my dad told me that he wanted me to go on an exchange experience. So I did that. They located a family here in Joplin. And after I finished high school here in Diamond, and after I finished, I went back to Colombia, and my host mom, she told me that I should come to Southern to finish my career.
Yeah.
So I think I'm here because of her.
Cool.
Yeah, just like Julia, I pretty much knew that I wanted to study abroad like when I was pretty young, I guess. But most people from my country, when they go study abroad, they go to the Netherlands to go get a bachelor's degree or whatever. But I didn't want to go there, so I just decided from a very young age, like I think my second year of high school, I decided I wanted to come to the U.S. And Missouri Southern was not on my radar, but you know, I started like looking up colleges and stuff, and I found it because it was cheap and it like met all my criteria. So I decided this was a good place to be.
So far that you've been in America, what would you say is the biggest culture change between your origin and that of America?
Well, I come from like a tropical island where basically the climate is pretty much the same all year round. So everything that has to do with like the seasons and like how different they are and stuff like that. And the food is also very different. I think the biggest shock for me was like how independent you have to be though. Because when you're living on an island, it's like pretty much everybody knows everybody, and they're involved in your business. And I got used to that lifestyle, so that's pretty different for me.
How about you, Manuel?
I don't know. There are plenty of differences between our cultures, but I will say the one that has impacted me the most is how close the people are back there. In here, they're pretty much like, hey, give me my space. So yeah, I think that's the biggest one, besides food, of course, and weather too, as well.
Biggest difference between Korean culture and American culture is like Korea is honor shame society, so we have to be really formal. Even though we have just one ear gap, we have to use another way to speak, and we have to bow to them. But here, like, people just hug to each other. People just to be friendly each other. So, like, opposite to Manuela, I feel American society is too friendly to me. Like, when I was first time in the U.S., people just hug me, and I was like, what is this? That was so weird for me. And like when I first met Manuela, she kissed in my cheek. It was like, what is that? And it was kind of culture shock to me, but I think this is really good culture. Yeah, but that is the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to Saudi Arabia, I would compared to the US, I would say it's US is like cares about individualism. It's all the person by itself, because it's me first. However, in Saudi Arabia, it's the family. Family comes first. It's family structured, and other than that, I would say. Very interesting cultures, different than mine, and I loved it the minute I got here. So people like smile all the time. No one's like, why are you looking at me? No. I smile at you, you smile at me. All right, good. I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and food, of course.
There are many differences between Ukrainian culture and American. I would say American is more relaxed, because for Ukrainians the power of distance is a huge matter. You can never address your professor in an unofficial way. You can never call your professor by the first name, but the thing that strikes the first and the most is that when you see a person, American would ask you, hi, how are you? And in Ukraine, if you do that, you will end up talking to a person for 5 minutes. Well, here it's just a hi, how are you? And you keep passing by.
Fast-paced. So tell us about your major and what actually called you to that field.
For me, my major back at home is different. I study in Maritime University, and there my major is transportation technologies and system, and specifically organizations of seaport transportations and port management. So this is a family field because I live in the city by the Black Sea, and all of my family lives by the Black Sea too. Maritime business is a huge thing, so this was kind of a family calling. While in here, international management is a nice addition and a nice final touch to the education that I'm getting there.
Awesome.
Well, I always wanted to be a doctor, but never happened. For some reason, it's like I didn't like.
It's hard.
Well, it's hard. It's like it's hard, and I had no interest when I grew up. Like, no, I don't want to be a doctor, but right now I'm marketing and I love it. And what got me into it is I am a very friendly person. I like to engage with people and talk to them, and this is one of the qualities that a marketing person needs or must have. So that's why I chose marketing, and so far I love it. It's like I have fun in like this major. Never thought this would happen, but it's happening, so I'm glad.
Good.
My major is business, and I'm working on double majoring the broadcasting. And like in Korea, we start the semester on March, and March was my favorite month because I get to meet a lot of new people, so I can learn from them for new thoughts. So I always wanted to like work with people to communicate with them. And like back in Korea, I get to work in broadcasting company, and even I had a chance to be the guest in official show, like formal guest. So I felt like, oh, I think I can work here, and I really liked it. And after I came in the US, I just suddenly just walked in the KGCS TV, and I asked Bill, like, can I work here? And he was really welcomed me. So I get to work here too, and I'm on show here too. This is pretty much my area, I guess. And
Awesome.
yeah.
Feel at home then.
Yeah.
My major is international studies first, so I think I just love the cultures of the world. I like to be open to new things. I like to learn a lot of different things from different people. So that's why my major is. And then political science, I believe it's because as humans we can't live without politics. So I think it's just a pretty much nice complement of both.
My major is biology, and it's because basically since I was a small kid, I've always been interested in animals and plants and all things living, and I was always like a curious kid. I always want to know what's happening with everything, so that's why I chose biology. And I'm also minoring in music now, and that's because I really like music, and I get to develop certain talents that I never thought I would. So that's awesome. And I also, I'm still a freshman, so I'm also like pretty happy that I don't really have to be 100% sure yet, so I can still change it in the future. Yeah.
So far since you've been here, what do you miss the most about home?
Well, I already said the food, but it is something I miss a lot, because like, even though American food is really great and it's diverse, of course, there are just certain flavors and just combinations that you don't get anywhere else, and that's basically the stuff I miss about home. I also miss like the sun and the beach, of course. Yeah, and my family and all the things that basically build up my life in the past, like my dogs and stuff. Yeah. So I think it's gonna take me some time to not feel homesick, but it's a process. We'll get there.
Yeah, of course.
I will say, of course, my family. That's the first thing I miss the most. And overall, like all the environment that I had before, like my school, my friends. That part, and also the food too, as well, and the weather. Yeah, like we don't have seasons too, so that was a big change coming here and experiencing the cold.
Yeah, what'd you think about the snow?
I like it for a few days, and then
You're like, no.
yeah, it gets
Over it. Yeah.
Well, first thing I really miss is my food, of course, because Korean food is most likely spicy. But I'm not spicy food person. I believe that way, but I was spicy food person. I didn't know that since I came here.
Yeah.
So I really miss my food. And second, like when it comes to population, Seoul is second biggest city in the world. So like our transportation is really well prepared. So I really miss the transportation system. Because like in Joplin, without car, the like dorm life is pretty much like, well, okay, yeah, chill. But I really miss transportation. So like even it is late at night, I can do whatever I want, and with not that amount of money. So I really miss transportation. And third, of course, my family and friends.
Yeah.
Well, I miss my family and our cousins. I just love them to death. And I miss food, of course, and my favorite restaurant over there. Thinking about right now. So, other than that, my friends and the beach, and so many things. But I'm still not homesick. I don't think I'm gonna be homesick.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I love it here. The weather is so great.
Just wait till it warms up, though.
Well, you're used to that,
I
though.
am used to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hot in there, so yeah, I like it here.
Yeah. Anastasia?
Me neither. I'm not yet homesick, maybe because this is a short semester for me. But I do miss my family and my cat especially. And I miss the times when I can give a call to my friend at 2 in the morning, grab some comforter and coffee and go to watch the sunset at the beach, or sunrise at the beach if it's early.
I've heard a lot of people mention the beach. Could you tell us about a place that was kind of your spot back in your hometown, a place you always went to, whether it was to just think or to visit? Is there a specific area or location?
There actually is. Since the only friend who would go to watch the sunrise with me at 5 in the morning instead of sleeping is a girl who lives across the city on a different place. We have agreed with her to meet halfway so that it's equally far away both for her and for me. So it's a deserted beach where the sorry, and this is a city of tourists, and it's a beach where there are no people because tourists don't really know about it. So we would pretty much be the only two there in the morning, except for the people walking their dogs, and that's it.
That sounds
Nice
neat.
and easy.
Well, in my city, the Al Dammam, we have what we call Corniche. It's like it's an area surrounded by the sea, and you could see the sea and sit there and maybe picnic if you want. I love going there.
Yeah.
Like I've done this a lot. Go before like 5 in the morning before the sunset. Just go there, sit and chill and look at how wonderful
Right.
it is. Yeah, I just love it. It's so amazing.
Well, I will say Gangnam. Like I bet everybody already heard about Gangnam Style.
Oh.
It's based on Gangnam, so I will say, yeah, let's go Gangnam because like people in Gangnam, they are crazy. Like they are so wake up. They are so busy and they love partying. Like nightclub ends at 7 in the morning.
Wow.
It's like huge, and there are a lot of shopping center, and there are a lot of good cafe. If you're a coffee person, I will definitely say just go to Gangnam.
Just for the coffee, huh?
Yeah. And like pretty much, like you can enjoy city life. There are a lot of high skyscrapers, so yeah, you could see like how city look like. I really miss that.
Yeah.
I will say a small town that was near to my big city. Since it was real small, it was there is nothing to do around there, but it's a place I can just go and relax for a while. So I think that was a place that me and my family we usually went whenever we were stressed out, we needed escape from the city environment. That's the place I miss the most.
Yeah, for me, it's like, well, we're an island, so we have like a lot of beaches. Like a lot, actually.
Yeah, surrounded.
Quite a lot. But my favorites are the ones at Bandabo, and that's basically just like one side of the island where there are like many beaches. Their concentration, like, yeah, they're like right there. And they're my favorite because they're really blue, and you can dive there. There's like a lot of marine life and stuff like that happening. A lot of hotels and restaurants and stuff also. It's like a cool area to be. You can just go and spend the entire day. That's what I do sometimes. It's really fun.
All public beaches too, right?
Well, yeah, public beaches too, but like the ones, for me, the ones that are like the best are not public.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there were private ones.
There are like
Okay.
a few where you have to pay to get in, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what do you think about your life after MSSU? Where do you see yourself in, say, 5 to 10 years?
That's kind of a hard question for me to answer because I'm not really sure where I'm going exactly. I'm trying to broaden my horizons right now. Just like, yeah, I'm not really sure.
That's
But,
okay.
yeah,
That's okay.
I think I'm gonna end up working with either music or animals.
Awesome.
Yeah.
From now until 10 years, I believe I will be a lawyer, and I know I want to travel a lot, to learn a lot of different cultures. So by then, I have had more knowledge about different things and be more open to different things.
Well, for me, like for short-term goal is my internship in Disney World because I already passed like Disney internship, so that will be my short-term goal. But I don't know, in long run, I don't see myself working in Korea. I mean, I might work in Korea for a while, but I want to like travel more. But I still want to settle down. I don't know. This is really tough question. Yeah, that's pretty much it
Yeah.
so far.
Well, 10 years from now, I would love to see myself that I accomplished a lot of things in my life. For example, traveling around the world, visiting a lot of countries, seeing as many cultures as I could, and work a job where I could do that. Like be like on the adventure all the time. Like, that's why I like being an adventure. And if you ask me where I would like to work, I would love to work in Saudi Arabia. But if I get the chance to work here or Europe, I would love to work. It's like very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I would be happy to do something related to logistics business, which would give me an opportunity to travel, and basically whatever I do, I want to travel as much as possible while I have the opportunity.
Yeah. What about your fondest memory in America so far?
That's a toughie. Actually, the fondest would be this spring break, because we just had it. And my friends and I, three Ukrainians, 4 Ukrainians was me, and my friend from Saudi Arabia, we all went to California, and that was amazing. The time of our lives. And I would say that the beaches in Los Angeles, the best. Everything that I missed until the spring break, everything that I missed about home, I compensated for in LA.
Oh, great. That's good.
I don't know. Well, okay. I came to the US in 2010, and I had no idea, like, about the culture. Like, I was not aware about the culture. So for me, the word date has different meanings. Like today's date, or the fruit date, or the actual date where you go to 2 people. So I remember this girl, she was talking to me, and she was like, would you like to go out with me on a date? I had no idea that we were going on a date. Okay, I'm going with her.
Okay.
I was going with a friend. So we go and have fun, everything. And it was, I was like, I kissed her and everything. And later on, next day or the day after, people asked me, is she your girlfriend? I said yes, because to me the word girlfriend is girlfriend.
Of course.
Okay, so I had no idea. But then later on I found out what it means. Like, oh no, wait. I had no intention. So this is something I don't think I'll ever forget. Ever. It's like I see the word date, I was like, yeah, I know. I remember every time. So yeah, there's something I will never forget.
Oh,
Yeah.
how funny.
Well, for me, I don't want to be cheesy, but
Oh, we don't mind.
yeah, but the finest experience in America is watching the sky. Yeah, because like in Seoul, I cannot see the stars in the sky. So I didn't really know that, oh, sky is beautiful. I never felt that way, really, for real. And there is my friend, he's really interested in like sky and something, and he has an application, and he always let me know like the name of the star and the meaning of the star, and I get to know, oh yeah, stars, moons are beautiful. But yeah, and that is why I think that is the finest experience for me. Like, yeah, I went travel, I did so many things, like I did show right now, but still I think I will count that as my favorite and finest experience here.
Although I don't like too much the snow now, but my finest experience was whenever I actually touched the snow, whenever I got to experience it. I had never had that experience before, so that first time was awesome. Like, snow is beautiful, and you know, like the feeling that, hey, I finally did it, and then yeah, after 2 days I got tired, and I don't like it. I still don't like it, but.
It's just like Manuela for me, actually. 'Cause I haven't seen snow before I got here, and it was really beautiful. And like when it's like untouched, I was like, oh my God, it's like angels. But like, yeah, and it was like so fluffy and pretty. But like after I would say after the first month for me though, I got so sick of it, and I just hated it. But now that it's like spring, I'm feeling like kind of nostalgic. I don't know, it's like, where's the snow? But yeah.
It'll be back, don't worry.
Yeah. I love it. And like also, when I would just like go and have like, when we're doing weird stuff on random nights, we just have the freedom to go and do whatever we want, pretty much, and like that's something I really like about America, because like there's so much to do, and probably not as much in Joplin, but you know there's still so much you can do, more than in Curacao. So that was a nice experience for me.
Great. Well, you all were so kind enough to send me some of your photos from back home, and if we could show those really quick, just to kind of give the audience a view of where you guys have been and what your lives have been like a little bit more back home, then we'd be more able to see that. We have Abdullah here. Do you want to tell us about this photo?
Oh my God. The picture on the right was taken, I guess, in 1996 or 1997. I was in my grandmother's house. And if you see the black box behind me, that's my grandmother's box. It's like no one touches it. She keeps her stuff in there. So, and yeah, that's me.
And then I believe next is Julia's photos.
Yeah, the left one is taken in my home university. Like as I said before, I really love March. Like the symbol of March in Korea is cherry blossom tree. It's like spring in Korea is like pinky. So that is why I chose that picture for me. And the right one is taken in Gangnam. I did market research for my marketing homework. So I wanted to show how Gangnam looked like.
Nice. And then next up, I believe we have Mike's photo. That's so beautiful.
Yes, that is like a harbor we have. It's a natural one. It's like really popular. And right behind it, you see some yellow buildings. I think that's as tall as our buildings get. We don't have skyscrapers. And that is like city life for us. We just like walk between those stores and you just have an awesome time. They sell pretty much everything.
That's wonderful. And then Anastasia? Oh, Manuela?
Yes.
Look like you're out dancing.
Yeah, that picture was taken 2 years ago. That was my senior year in high school back there in Colombia. And I was dressed like that because I had a presentation. I had to demonstrate a typical dance from Colombia. So that's the dress for the dance.
It's a great photo. Looks like you're having lots of fun. Well, I want to thank you all so much for taking the time to come on the show and speak with me and have the audience get to know you better. It was a really great time talking with you all. And thank you so much for joining us for our Window on the World show here at MSSU. Please join us next time.